Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Gunners. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Now they try the right side here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now let's go! Blue 90!
Now a handoff looking right. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone!
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Coming to you. Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll run it here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! He's coming. Double up.
From the gun, Jackson is going to float this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette, and he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go! Red 38!
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Tight end right. Tight end right.
A first down carry for Henry, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Flex round. Flex round.
They're going to look to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And on the ground they go with a running back. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Jackson on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the hometown. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Back to throw. And he's got Moncrief. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
Let's go! What? 90! What?
The pitch to Henry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Again to Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ohio! Ohio! We got 4. We got 4. Come on, let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. That hill running right through it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 11 and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now let's go. Green.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Gun. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Now let's go. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the... And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over
They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Ohio! Get in the weight room. Ringo!
Now back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. To return it is Corey Grant. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Mike 48!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll go on the ground, fighting through. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hey, 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 hey! Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well
Hurry up,
done.
here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 3rd down. That's Todd. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now! 319! 319!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ohio! Ohio! 4 down!
They begin with Henry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Tight end right! Tight end right! Come on, let's go! Red 38!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. On the crossing route, complete. That's Lee. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Derrick Henry. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier.
Ohio!
Now they're out there again to try once more.
Here we go! Red 38! Red 38!
They're going to try and throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll run with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on!
This is Henry. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now it's Henry. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
We got 3.
Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Let's go!
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys in the cornerback position.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Gun!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
I'm coming for you. Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Gun! 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 Gun!
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. And no, it's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Here we go. White, 90. White, 90.
He'll look to throw. Going for it all. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right at the 35. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Again, it's Fournette. That's a strong running. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Ohio! Let's go! Red 38! Red 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And the Ravens taking the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Now they'll run it on the taunt. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Here's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure the investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. They go with a running back. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Ravens, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.